Move and copy and delete selected pixels. How to move and copy and delete selected pixels. Move a selection. We have a step here now. Step number 1. Select the move tool. Then move the pointer inside the selection border and drag the selection to a new position. And if you selected multiple areas, all moves as you drag. Like a screenshot now. We have original selection in the left side. And after you move the selection with the move tool in the right side. How to copy and paste selections. How to copy and paste selections. By the way, you can use the move tool to copy selections as you drag them within or between images, or you can copy and move selections using the copy, merge and cut and paste commands, and dragging with the move tool, saving memory because you don't use the clipboard. And when you paste a selection or layer between images with different resolutions, the pasted data retains its pixels dimensions, and this can make the pasted portion appear out of the proportion to the new image, and use the image size command to make the source and destination images the same resolution before copying and pasting, by the way, or use the free transform command to resize the pasted content. Note and be careful. Depending on your color management setting and the color profile associated with the file or imported data, you may be prompted to specify how to handle color information in the file or imported data. How to understanding the copy and paste commands. Understanding the copy and paste commands. We have a copy here now. When you copy any picture, copies the selected areas on the active layer, and copy merged. Copy merged is meaning that makes a merged copy of all the visible layers in the selected area. And paste. Paste is meaning pastes a copied selection into another part of the image or into another image as a new layer. And if you have a selections, the paste command places, by the way, the copied selection over the current selection. And without an active selection, paste places the copied selection in the middle of the view area. What's the meaning of paste in place? Paste in place. If the clipboard contains pixels copied from another Photoshop document, pastes the selection into the same relative location in the target document as it occupied in the source. So what's the meaning of paste into or paste outside? Paste into or paste outside is meaning that pastes a copied selection into or outside another selection in any image, and the source selection is pasted onto a new layer, and the destination selection border is converted into a layer mask. How to copy? How to copy a selection? How to copy a selection? We have 2 steps here now. 2 steps only. Number 1, you should select the area you want to copy. After that, choose edit, then choose copy, or choose edit, then choose copy merged. How to copy a selection while dragging? How to copy a selection while dragging? We have 2 steps only. Number 1, select the move tool, this icon, or hold down Control if you use Windows, or Command if you use macOS, to activate the move tool. Number 2, hold down Alt Windows if you use Windows, and Option if you use macOS. Then drag the selection you want to copy and move. And when copying between images, drag the selection from the active image window into the destination image window. And if nothing is selected, the entire active, by the way, layer is copied, actually. And as you drag the selection over another image window, a border highlights the window if you can drop the selection into it. That's fine. Like this screenshot now. Dragging a selection into another image. This screenshot is explained dragging a selection into another image. And how to create multiple copies of a selection within an image. How to create multiple copies of a selection within an image. We have 2 steps only. Number 1, select the move tool, this icon, or hold down Control if you use Windows, or Command if you use macOS, to activate the move tool. After that, number 2, copy the selection. You should copy the selection, then hold down Alt if you use Windows, or Option if you use macOS, and drag the selection again. And to copy the selection and offset the duplicate by 1 pixel. Hold down again Alt if you use Windows or Option if you use macOS, and then press an arrow key. After that, to copy the selection and offset the duplicate by 10 pixels, you should to press Alt Shift if you use Windows or Option Shift if you use macOS, and press an arrow key again. As long as you hold down Alt or Option and each press of an arrow key creates a copy of the selection and offset it by the specified distance from the last duplicate, by the way, and in this case the copy is made on the same layer. How to paste one selection into or outside another. How to paste one selection into or outside another. We have maybe 3 steps. Number 1, you should to cut or copy the part of the image you want to paste. Number 2, in the same image or another, select the area you want to paste into or outside. And note, if you are pasting outside, select an area smaller than the copied selection. And number 3, you should to choose edit. I'm so sorry. You should to choose edit, then choose paste special, then choose paste into, and the contents of the source selection appear within the destination selection. After that, you should to choose edit again, then choose paste special again, then paste outside, and the contents of the source selection appear around the destination selection. And the paste into or paste outside commands adds a layer, by the way, and layer mask to the image. And in the layers panel, the new layer contains a layer thumbnail for the pasted selection next to a layer mask thumbnail. And the layer mask is based on the selection you paste into. And the selection is unmasked, by the way, white. And the rest of the layer is masked black. Masked black. Unmasked white. And masked would be black. I'm so sorry again. And the layer and the layer mask are unlinked, by the way, unlinked, and that is you can move each one independently. That's fine. Like this screenshot now. We have A and B and C and D. Using the paste into command, A is meaning window, bans selected and B copied image, and C paste into command. C is meaning paste into command, and D is meaning layer thumbnails and layer mask in layers panel, and E is meaning pasted image repositioned. And step number 4. Select the move tool. You should select the move tool, this icon, or hold down the control if you use Windows, or command if you use macOS, and the key to activate the move tool, then drag the source contents until the part you want appears through the mask. And step number 5, to specify how much of the underlying image shows through, click the layer mask thumbnail in the layers panel, then select a painting tool and then edit the mask. And to hide more of the image underlying the layer, paint the mask with black. To reveal more of the underlying image, paint the mask with white. To partially reveal the underlying image, paint the mask with gray. Step number 6. If you are satisfied with your results, you can choose layers and choose merge down to merge the new layer and layer masks with the underlying layer and mask the changes permanent. That's great. How to copy and paste between applications. You can also, by the way, you can use the cut and copy or paste commands to copy selections from Photoshop and paste them into other applications, and or to paste artwork from other applications also into Photoshop, and the cut or copied selection remains on the clipboard until you cut or copy another selection. And you can also copy artwork between Photoshop and Illustrator by dragging and dropping. And in some cases the contents of the clipboard are converted to a raster image, by the way, and Photoshop prompts you when vector artwork will be rasterized. That's fine. Note here, and be careful, the image is rasterized at the resolution of the file into which you paste it, and the vector smart objects are not rasterized, by the way. How to paste PostScript. Again, how to paste PostScript artwork into Photoshop from another application. How to PostScript artwork into Photoshop from another application. We have steps. Number 1. In the supporting application, select your artwork and choose edit, then choose copy. Number 2. In Photoshop, select the image into which you will paste in the selection. In Photoshop, select the image into which you will paste the selection. Number 3. You should choose edit, then choose paste. Number 4. In the paste dialog box, select from the following paste as options. We have 4 options here now. Option number 1, smart object, places the artwork in new layer as a smart object. And pixels, what about pixels? Option pixels is meaning that resize the artwork as it's pasted, and resizing converts mathematically defined vector artwork to pixels. And option passes is meaning that pastes the copy as a pass in the passes panel, and when copying type from Illustrator, you must first convert it to outlines. After that, a shape layer. A shape layer is meaning creates a new shape layer that uses the pass as a vector mask, by the way. And note and be careful. When copying artwork from Adobe Illustrator, the default clipboard preferences in Illustrator may prevent the paste dialog box from appearing in Photoshop. Then select AICP in the file handling and clipboard area of the preferences dialog box in Illustrator if you want the paste options to appear when you paste the artwork into Photoshop, by the way. Step number 5. If you choose paste as pixels in the previous step, you can choose anti-alias in the options bar to make a smooth transition between the edges of the selection and the surrounding pixels, by the way. Note and be careful. You can use the using matching commands if you have already merged data and are trying to extract the resized data. How to save clipboard contents when you quit Photoshop. Set up Photoshop, by the way, to save your clipboard contents after quitting so that you can still paste the contents elsewhere. And if you use Windows, choose edit, then choose preferences, then choose general. We have 2 steps here now. Step number 1, you should choose Windows, then choose edit, then choose preferences, then choose general. After that, if you use macOS, choose Photoshop, then choose preferences, then choose general. And number 2, select export clipboard to save any Photoshop contents to the clipboard when you quit Photoshop. Number 2, select export clipboard to save any Photoshop contents to the clipboard when you quit Photoshop. How to copy artwork from Illustrator by dragging and dropping. You should drag one or more Illustrator vector objects into an open image in Photoshop. This creates a vector, by the way, smart object layer in the image. And you should choose layer, then choose smart objects, then choose edit content to reopen the content in Illustrator for editing. And after that, to copy the vector object as a path in Photoshop, hold down Control if you use Windows, or Command if you use macOS, as you drag from Illustrator. And after that, to copy the contents of the currently selected layer in Photoshop to Illustrator, you should use Move tool to drag the content from the Photoshop window into an open Illustrator document. How to delete or cut selected pixels. You should choose Edit, then choose Clear, or press Backspace window if you, or Delete if you use macOS. Press Backspace if you use Windows, or press Delete if you use macOS. To cut a selection to the clipboard, choose Edit, then Cut. By the way, deleting a selection on a background layer replaces the original color with the background color, and deleting a selection on a standard layer replaces the original color with a layer transparency. That's fine.